This is the Corner Cutter Podcast, a consistent weekly show all about speed cubing, and you're listening to episode 54. Hey, welcome to the Corner Cutter Podcast, podcasting since 2014. I'm your host, Josh, and this is the most consistent cubing podcast dedicated to entertain and educate you with in-depth conversations with cubers from all across the sport. My website is thecornercutterpodcast.com, and you should really go check that out. thecornercutterpodcast.com to find show notes, other resources, and if you haven't been there in a while, I did some updates, so go check that out. So in this episode, I am featuring a conversation I had with Max and Soccer Turtle. This is Cuber Chats number 2. Now, if you're thinking, how do I get on there and chat with Josh and some other cubers to be on the podcast? It's super simple. Go to thecornercutterpodcast.com/guest and you might be featured in one of the upcoming shows, but that's the only way you're going to get on. You have to fill out the form on the website. In this Cuber Chats episode, we discuss the difference between Canadian cubers and US cubers, whether it is necessary to buy magnetic cubes, and what is the best cube brand. And we have a fun conversation. Next week I'll have this type of show where it's just me and I talk about the cubing news and give updates for the podcast and stuff like that. But I did want to mention that I got another really nice review in Apple Podcasts, so I will be reading that next week. Some of you new listeners might not know this, but you can help support the show by using my affiliate links when ordering cubes or from even Amazon now. Producing this podcast isn't free for me, so I definitely appreciate any support and any money that I get coming in from you guys using those links. I put right back into the podcast. So you can check out all the ways you can support the show by going to thecornercutterpodcast.com and clicking on support the show. Let's jump right into Cuber Chats, episode 2. Hey guys, now I'm with Soccer Turtle and Max. This is episode 2 of Cuber Chats, and let's start out with Soccer Turtle. He's been on before. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And Max, new to Cuber Chats. Thanks for signing up. Welcome to the Corner Cutter Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Okay, so we got some interesting topics here today. Let's start out with what is the best cubing brand? Soccer Turtle, you have that one.
So, I think in different views, different brands are better. It's like if you're a hardcore speed cuber, maybe Gan or Moyu. But if you're like a collector, Shengshao might be better. So.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I mainly use Chi cubes, actually.
Yeah, I like Chi more than Moyu too.
I only own 1 or 2 Moyu cubes.
I think the only Moyu cube I have is the Wayland GTS2M and the Ready cube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have some cubing classroom ones, but
yeah,
I would say Moyu's much more focused on budget cubes.
Yeah.
And getting maybe people into speed cubing a little bit more because they have their whole cubing classroom series and like the MF3OS2, which is a budget cube, but it's amazing.
Yeah, I know, like, I got an MF3RS. I think I just traded it at competition. It's really good. I'm using it as like an F2L trainer, but yeah.
And they also have really good like non-WCA puzzles. Like there's 3x3 mods. Those are really good.
But Also, Chi has really pretty good budget cubes too.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I heard
yeah.
the Warrior is
Chi
really
Fire.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're not as popular. I mean, I guess that doesn't mean they're not as good, but they're not as popular as the. And then, of course, Chi has the X-Man sub-brand.
Yeah, X-Man's really
is
good.
awesome.
Like,
X-Men might be my favorite brand because they're just all their puzzles except for the Tornado are like the best on the market. So.
yeah, like I use the Bell and the Wingy.
I use for Scoop, Square One, Pyraminx, and Megaminx. I use all the X-Men.
Oh yeah, and I have a Galaxy, so
Yeah.
Megaminx too.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, thinking through my mains, I have Wuxia M2x2, Chi 4x4, 5x5, Pyraminx Cube. I mean, those are X-Man, but still sort of Chi. And Megaminx as well, so
Yeah,
that's...
thinking through my mains. Yeah, you can continue.
No, you go right ahead with
Okay.
yours.
So for 2x2, I use the Chi Wuxia, so that's Chi. I use the Volk M, so that's Chi/Volk for 3x3. 4x4, I use also the Wuchui. 5x5, I just got one, so I'm just using an MF5S, so that's more you. And then basically everything else is Chi, I think. Like Bell, Wingy, the Galaxy, and I do use the MF Square One.
For 2x2 and 3x3, I use Gan, and then 4x4 and 5x5 is Chi.
Yeah.
And then 6x6 is Yushin, 7x7 is Moyu. It's the MF7 because I don't really do 7x7. And then pretty much all my side events except for Clock are Chi.
Yeah, like I don't have a 6 or 7, but my 5x5 for budget, I mainly have the MF ones, so the Mofang Jiaoshi.
Do you have... So, for 5x5, you have that?
Yeah, the MF5S.
How would you say that... I mean, is it pretty usable? I mean...
It's definitely usable. I'm not great at it. I average like sub 3, around like 230, but I just started practicing recently because my old one was a Shang-Chi. I just got that one for free from my friend.
So
But
how much do you think the improvement would be?
From Shang-Chi to the Mofang Jiaoshi,
Yeah.
it definitely a lot of improvement.
Okay.
Like the Shang-Chi is unenjoyable, and now I really like 5x5 with the new one.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Now, what's going on with GAN? Why are their cubes so expensive and so much more than the other cubes?
Well, I don't know why they're expensive. In my opinion, the 2x2 and 4x4 are just as up there as some other ones, but their 3x3s are quite ahead.
Yeah.
Wait, they're 3x3s, and I like them a lot, but it's just like $50, really.
Yeah.
No, do they put so much time into designing the cube that's where it makes it more expensive?
Well, that could be true, but think about it. The SM just came out, and now they're already basically done with the X.
Mm-hmm.
Or not the SM, the 354.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, for their cubes, they're mainly only slight modifications.
Yeah, the X came out only a few months after the 354, so it's definitely didn't take that long to design.
Yeah. But, like, even with that, they mainly have the same template, and then they just change a little. Like, they always have the honeycomb, usually. But most of the pieces are pretty similar.
Yeah, like, the 354 and the X, on the videos I've seen, the pieces look really similar.
Yeah.
It's just the GES is different, and there's a few minor changes.
Mm-hmm.
And the magnet thing.
Did you guys hear about the possibility of a GAN 5x5?
I didn't, but that sounds pretty good. I don't really know. It's like, because like they mainly do better with smaller cubes. Like I thought they were gonna stop at 4x4.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw
like
a post on the speed solving forums. Someone said it was going to be priced at 110. I don't know if they were joking.
Gosh,
I would be buying that.
Yeah.
Because like I already barely buy cubes because like I have a job, but it's only like newspapers, so I don't get a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, So I don't, and my parents don't buy me cubes unless it's like birthday or Christmas.
The GAN 460, everyone says is like not very good, but I actually think it's pretty good. I tried one at a competition.
Yeah, like my friend has one. I've been to his house a couple times, and his is pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
it's not amazing. Like, I would probably just use my Wuchue because of some things, but the turning is definitely really good. Just like, turning itself, but like corner cutting and stuff isn't too great.
The outer layers are great though.
Yeah, they are.
They feel like if they were there.
Yeah.
And look at GAN's 2x2 record. They had a big issue with their first version of the GAN 249.
Yeah.
So are they just pumping out puzzles quickly and then making upgrades, or?
Yeah.
The 249 V2 it's my main, and I don't have that many 2x2s, but I think it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, definitely
It's probably not better than Gabushua though.
definitely the V2 one, but my point
Yeah,
was,
I heard the V1's not that great.
yeah.
Yeah, it was discontinued right after the V2 came out.
Oh,
so
it
you can't
was?
buy it.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So is that going to be a collector's item now?
Oh, yeah, that'd be really interesting.
Right after it got discontinued, I was trying to get one. Like, oh no, I might not be able to get one of these.
Yeah.
I couldn't find them.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't collect really, but so I wouldn't care that much. But I could definitely seeing people like see good reviews, and then some of the good reviews, and then wanting one, and then they can't get it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just like people who like to collect companies things, like
Yeah.
they want to have all the GAN cubes, and 2x2 it's really hard to get now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to get all the X-Man design products once, but now I don't really care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
like 6x6 now.
Yeah, my friend uses the 6x6. It's really good.
Yeah, I tried that at a comp. It's way better than I use a Yushin Red with really tight tensions and the Yushin 5x5 spring swap, and it has like no corner cutting because it's on such tight tensions. But if I loosen it, it becomes like it pops every turn. So
Yeah, I have some problems with that on my Scube, because like if it's too tight, I can't turn properly, but if it's too loose, I get occasional like slight pops, like pieces slightly popping out, then I can't tell which piece is popping out. Yeah.
with the wingy, I feel like the magnets are too light.
Yeah, they're
can't
definitely
feel-
really light,
Yeah.
but I don't mind them.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have problems with one of the corners just popping off sometimes?
Oh, the
Um,
cap.
Yeah, the caps.
I have a video on my channel where I did an average and scoop, and like every solve, a corner pops off when I set the cube down after the.
Whoa.
Well, for me, that's not my problem, but weirdest thing, I don't know if anyone has got this, but at one of my competitions, I got a corner twist on Scoop. And my
What?
tensions aren't crazy loose.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know, it might just be mine.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird, yeah.
that's weird.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that cost me my only sub 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
I +2 to sub 5 at one of my recent competitions.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. When you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I think I got it, and then it's like +2.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like my goal was a sub 5 solve for Skew.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't get any crazy mess ups at my last comp though.
What happened at you guys' most recent competitions? Any interesting stories or anything like that?
Not really, except placing's pretty good. Like for Scube, I got like 7th.
Okay.
That placed me 15th in Canada.
Wow. That was really good.
Yeah, that's actually something I was gonna mention in my topic.
Yeah, we could move right into
yeah.
that.
Okay, so yeah, like not the countries, like Canada versus US stuff.
Yep, that's fine.
So that's not so with that topic, like Canada versus US performance. It's not to do with like comparison, like who's faster, but like for me, I'm 15th in Scube in Canada. But if I was in the US, I wouldn't even be top 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have like a middle 4.4 average, and that one placed me top 100 in the US, but I'm 15th in Canada. So I don't know if that's just population or if we're just not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
my best ranking is in the state is like 7th or 8th for Mega Minx, and Scoob averages and singles. But if I was in like Wyoming, I would be the best in the state. So it kind of goes for states too.
Yeah, we don't have state rankings in Canada.
Oh,
no
really?
one's done that yet.
Oh,
yeah, because that's
well, like province.
Cubing
you mean.
USA, not WCA. Yeah, province.
Mm.
I just meant like the same thing.
Yeah.
But, like, because like that's Cubing USA that does that.
Mm-hmm.
Our main thing is like Canadian cubing, and our delegate Dave doesn't do that. So. But basically, everyone's in Ontario.
That's interesting.
That's like the hotbed.
So how many
hotbeds?
How many competitions do you have per year in that area?
For me, there's usually like there's our comps we do in Oakville that are almost every season, and then we have one in Newmarket every year in the summer. That's like a big comp. And then so like 4, 5-ish competitions a year.
Okay.
Sometimes more, because we got a new delegate in our area. So yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Sarah Strong.
Oh, nice. That's
yeah.
Good.
She invented that one Scoob method, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah's Scoob method. She doesn't do Scoob anymore, which is kind of funny. She does compete. She hasn't competed for like 4 years.
But then if she's a delegate,
yeah,
how does that work?
No, she hasn't competed in Scoob.
Okay.
Yeah, she mainly does like Megaminx and stuff now. Like she's really good at Megaminx.
And she's the one that DNFs all the time, right?
Yes. Like I've seen her DNFs. Yeah, her color scheme is also weird. It's like pinks and purples. Not, I don't know. It's like there's lots of different stuff. And she has purple OLLs. Like purple on last layer.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that she likes her favorite color is purple, so she always wants to see that doing.
Oh yeah, I heard that on like the other podcast. I think it was BG
Sean,
Review.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So with Canada versus US, let me continue. So, like Canada, like there's a lot of good top Canadians like Bill Wang, Antoine, Kian, stuff like that, and they're just as good, but we have a lot less good cubers. So like we got our big kind of like 5-ish, I guess. So like Bill, Antoine, Kian, those are like the 3 biggest, and then we got some more, but we don't have as many big cubers, so it's easier to do better in comps.
Yeah. So
Crazy Cuber from Canada.
Yeah, he is, I think. Also, Kevin Hayes is born in Canada.
Hey, that's an interesting fact.
Yeah, I was looking on the Speed Solving Forum to Canada, and it said Cubers related to Canada, and for some reason Kevin was there. Apparently he was born in Canada.
Oh, wow.
But, of course, you can put whatever you want on your WCA. But if you want to change it, apparently you need to have, like, citizenship or something. Because you can change your country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if, like, you spend the majority of your time in the U.S.
Well, because, like, there's one guy I know, his WCA is Chinese, but he's mainly been to Canadian comps.
So, well, I guess if you want to represent your country there.
Yeah.
Because it might be easier for rankings or stuff like that.
Well, for him, I think it would be easier in Canada, because, like, he's got, like, I think he's got the Asian record for 6x6 and 7x7.
Because China has a lot of cubers in it.
So. Yeah, so that's an interesting thing also is, should you have your citizenship as your country or the country you're born in or something? Because I don't think he's been to a comp in Asia, but he has the Asian record. He's only been to, most of his comps are in Canada.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're, I would say whatever country you're a citizen in, you should be that on your WCA, but what if you have dual citizenship or something like that?
Yeah, so like, I might be getting like, my dad is Scottish, so I could get Scottish citizenship if I wanted, so I could change my WCA to Great Britain. Which would be interesting. I wouldn't want to change it now just because of my rankings. They're pretty good. But yeah. Because like, say if you've been to one comp in like, say if there's Canadian, he has one comp in Canada and then moves to the US, then he might want to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what else is different between the U.S. and Canada?
Okay, well, in Canada, something interesting. Our nationals, it's not called nationals, it's called the Canadian Open. They're every other year. We don't have a yearly nationals.
So it's
we're
sort of
not
like
having a nationals
Worlds.
this year. Yeah, Worlds. It's like Worlds.
Okay. Is it always the same year as Worlds?
It is, unfortunately. Like last year, when they had it, some of the big people couldn't come because it was actually the same weekend. So yeah.
Who planned
But
that?
I don't know. Well, the guy Dave Campbell, he's the organizer of that, but I don't know why they're still doing it every other year because we got a decent amount of cubers now in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
But,
he
like-
just wanted to have like he wanted like one event, and so he got all the fast people out.
Yeah, I guess. But what's kind of interesting is like, they have every event, so it might be like they want to do it every year, so they can like kind of prepare for the next year and get a good venue and stuff like that. Every year it's been in Toronto, except last year it was in Calgary. So like Alberta, so like totally different province, like halfway across the country. Yeah, because
Is
the
there
hotbed. Yeah.
is there a community over there of cubers?
I'm guessing there is, because I think the main reason they also did it the weekend after the Calgary Stampede, which is a big thing. But the hotbed is Toronto in Canada. So that's why they mainly have a lot of Toronto comps and around that area. But like, I don't think there's not many competitions in Quebec. Like, my friend moved to Quebec and hasn't been to a competition since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what else in Canada? Are there like a few areas that have a big community of cubers? Like in the U.S., it's the Northeast. Like Boston area has a big one. Then New York City, then Maryland, and then on the West Coast.
Yeah. So I think in Halifax there's a decent amount. Because I know a guy from Halifax who does stuff. He's there, but we don't have many delegates. That's our problem.
Okay.
So we have like, you guys have like one per like state or something at least. For us, we only have like 5 total or something.
Wow.
And then for like coast ones, like I think in what is it? I don't know, but down by British Columbia, some American delegates who are close do competitions.
Yeah.
So,
like Micah Stairs. We
I don't
kind of
recognize that name, but maybe.
Yeah, he just moved from
British Columbia?
British Columbia, yeah,
Yeah.
to Boston, so we kind of stole him.
Oh, yeah. But, so yeah, we have like 2, like in Toronto area. There's Sarah Strong and Dave Campbell. And then I think there's one more, but I've never met him. So like, I've only been to 2 separate delegates that have delegated my competitions.
That's interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. So like for you guys, you have like even if you go out of state, you got like another delegate. For us, you go out of state, it might be the same one, or out of province.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I like competitions run differently in Canada from the U.S.
The only way I'd be able to tell is from vlogs, because I've only been to competitions in Canada. But I think they're mainly the same. But like, we don't have the cubicle there or anything, or Speed Cube shop. We have like Cubing Out Loud. They're a decent store, just like they don't have premium services. So like that's a little different. We don't have like a big store, but I think it's mainly the same. Except I heard this thing, I was watching like, I think it's a Cube Dude or something. He made a stream. He was like making a comp. We don't have like judging, like helping groups at any of our competitions. I don't know if you guys do that often.
What do you mean by helping groups?
Well, I saw this thing, and you're in a group to compete, like regular.
Oh,
you
like
have a group where you
heats?
help.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's
yeah.
a heat where
It's-
you help to judge.
Yeah, it's to make sure there's enough judges
Yeah.
and runners in each heat.
So, thing is with that, our delegates basically just go on the microphone. They're like, we need more judges, like all the time. So yeah, I don't know. It might just be that. But I don't know anything different. Mainly, it's mainly the same, except it's easier to podium.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because of less people that
Mhm.
are good at stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know
So
much
wow,
else.
we're talking about Canada a lot, so that's pretty
Yeah,
cool. I've been
yeah,
wanting to do a show, something like this.
yeah.
So, where do you buy your cubes from? Canadian cube stores or?
I mainly use cubing out loud when I need stuff fast. But if I need like premium puzzles, I mainly use the cubicle.
Okay. Do
So
you
yeah,
use Can Cube?
I haven't, but I met the owner and I want to start using it. But I just don't buy cubes often. But they have like premium setup services and stuff, so I want to try them.
Like the maple cubes.
Yeah, maple cubes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, they're close to me too. They're like basically just outside Toronto.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I've done Speed Cube Shop once. I got a magnet kit. That was before the cubicle had magnet kits. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a bias between cubicle and Speed Cube Shop, but I definitely use cubicle more. But the Speed Cube Shop shipping, I feel like, was faster.
They are super quick. They like, if you order like before 7 Eastern, they'll
Yeah.
usually package it up the same day. And
Yeah.
sometime, well, I'm on the East Coast, so
Yeah. You're Maine, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, I would say it happens 50% of the time. You order it, let's say on Wednesday, and you would get it on Friday. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for
Even
me,
though
if I
it's
order...
like 2 to 5
Yeah.
day shipping.
Yeah, for me, if I order from Cubing Out Loud, I'll get it, and then in 2 days I'll order it, in like 2 days it'll be at my house.
Hmm.
Like 2 business days. So that's why I prefer them, but they don't have premium stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with the cubicle is they take so long to package up and ship out you.
Yeah.
item.
They take a while, but like their setup services are really good.
Yeah.
Like I loved my Volcam when I got it.
And the Angstrom lubes I like a lot. Like all their lubes, really. But their new Angstrom ones, the Compound V and Compound X, they're really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, it's really interesting is for the what is it? Oh yeah, the lube. CanCube actually carries cubicle lube.
Oh yeah.
Like they have Angstrom and they have D&M.
That's cool.
And it's actually cheaper. Like even after the exchange. Yeah.
That's really cool.
I
Yeah.
know. It might have just been they got it at a certain price and they decided not to raise the price to get too much like profit. So they might just make less profit.
Is
yeah.
shipping to Canada quite a bit more, or is that something that you really don't like?
I don't like because like I want premium puzzles, but like the shipping is kind of annoying because it takes so long. Like I've gotten a package, it's been like a month or something once.
No. What about like shipping cost?
Shipping cost? I don't know. I don't think it's too bad, but I don't know because like Canada's a lot better than like other countries for cubicle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know because there's like U.S. shipping, Canada shipping, and then international. But there's no way for me to get free shipping from the cubicle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
So yeah.
Yeah, I get free shipping like every order because it only has to be for over 10 if you're in the country.
Yeah, for me, I don't think you can really. I think you need to pay like a lot more and you get free shipping.
Soccer Turtle, let's move on to your second topic.
So my second topic was, are magnetic cubes worth it? And I think sometimes they are, but like the SM is $20 more than its non-magnetic version.
Yeah.
Which I think is really a bit much for just magnets.
Yeah. Well, like I
But,
know
like,
for
some cubes, like the X-Men Pyraminx, it's only like $15 or something like that
Yeah.
for a magnetic cube, and I think that's worth it.
And also another opinion is should cubes always come with a non-magnetic variant? Because like the X-Man Battle and the X-Man Wingy, they don't have a variant.
But it'd be hard for them because you kind of have to redo the whole or part of the design to add ball bearings. Or I guess you could just have like no clicking
Oh,
mechanism
yeah.
at all.
I guess those normally have ball bearings.
Yeah, it
But-
really depends on the puzzle design. Like a
Yeah.
3x3, I guess if you design it with the magnet holders,
Yeah.
I mean, you just could not put magnets. But
that's
as cubes get more advanced and way like more intricate designs, I don't know if non-magnetic versions are going to be needed.
Yeah. Unless you really are on a budget, I don't think they're needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the new mini Wuchwei M 4x4.
Yeah.
It's only $10 more to get the magnetic version, and I would say it's so much better having
Yeah.
magnets in the 4x4.
I haven't tried the non-magnetic one, but just the magnetic one, it dropped my times by like 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And
What were
Mega
you
Man-
using before that?
I was using a Chi Thunderclap, I think, for
Oh, okay, yeah.
and I switched to the mini Wuchwei M.
I think the main reason people buy non-magnetic cubes is also to make their own, so like they can pick their own strength.
Yeah.
Because like the X-Men designed the Winnie, it's got really light magnets.
Yeah, I would like it if that was a lot stronger.
Yeah,
But
even just a little stronger.
yeah, because it's hard to feel if you lube it. Because
Yeah.
The lube kind of gets in the way. And
It is.
ooh, Mega Minx, I think it's worth it. 'Cause it's only $10 for like, I'm not gonna do the math, but a ton of magnets.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a magnetic Megaminx, but even my regular one's good. And with magnets, I could just believe it's like crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Galaxy V2 magnets is only $10 more.
Yeah.
Do some cubes absolutely need magnets now to perform well? Like, I would say Pyramix.
Yeah.
Any of the higher end Pyramixes have magnets, and I would say that's a necessity.
Yeah,
the
well,
GTS, the GTS 3. When I saw a non-magnetic version of that came out, my first thought was like, well, this is like only for people who want to magnetize it, because
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like that cube, how fast and like I don't have one, but I've tried one and I've seen reviews, and like how fast that cube is, it definitely needs magnets.
Yeah, look at the GTS 2. When the first version came out, it was pretty awful without magnets, but then when the M came out, everybody loved it.
Yeah. Like, even, the GTS 2. Because, like, people are saying, like, GTS 2 without magnets is, like, unusable. Like, as a main. But, yeah.
Magnetic clocks are way better. I haven't tried one or had one, but I really want to get one.
Oh,
Yes. They're a lot better. Like, I haven't tried one, but... Because, like, no one has magnetic clocks in Canada because we don't do clock, like, ever
Mm-hmm.
in our competitions. But, yeah.
Yeah, I made one myself, and it's really good.
Oh, yeah. I might want to, like, buy the magnets from you or something.
That would be
Like,
cool.
you said on
yeah.
the forum.
Yeah,
And
I have plenty, so
Yeah,
just let me
I was
know.
thinking of that, or just getting a fully set up one because I don't have a regular clock. I just want to see what's cheaper.
Speaking of clock, is clock an event you have a lot in Canada?
No, it's not. I've actually only been to one recently that had clock,
Mm-hmm.
but like we don't have a lot of weird events. I think our delegate Dave just doesn't want to delegate that because clock's odd to delegate, and
Yeah.
feet we don't have that often, but we just had it. It's like we don't even have a full 100 people that have a feet average.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that shows how little people are in Canada compared to the U.S.
So you could just get a DNF average and be in the top 100.
Yeah, I don't think the WCA lets that happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
It like technically would be, but I don't think it counts as a rank.
Mm-hmm.
Like for some of ranks, that would really throw it off.
Yeah. Well, not really, because it would be some of the ranks is world ranks, and that's
Oh yeah.
National.
Well, you
Well,
can
I
look at
guess-
some ranks through the country.
okay.
So that's all the topics we have for this episode of Cuber Chats. Soccer Turtle, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I had a good time.
And Max, thanks for coming on your first time. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Soccer Turtle, Max, and I talked about some interesting topics. I hope you enjoyed that. I want to thank them for coming on the show. Remember, you can find links to everything we mentioned in the show notes to this episode, thecornercutterpodcast.com/show notes. We'll have another episode next week. It should be released on Monday or Tuesday. And I have some fun shows planned in the future, so make sure you're subscribed. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and plenty of other podcast apps. And even I post my shows on YouTube, so if you're on YouTube all the time, just go to thecornercutterpodcast.com/YouTube, and my YouTube channel name is Corner Cutter. So that's it for episode 54. It's time to take this episode back to the scrambling table, and I'll talk to you guys again next week in episode 55 of the Corner Cutter Podcast. An interview with Jaden McNeil is in the works.